Hey everybody, it's Ron, Radiant Technology Solutions, and we're doing an SMB Connect interview today, and we have Chris with Empire Office Systems here with us. How are you today, Chris?
Hey guys, doing well today. How are you, Ron?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. So tell us
Good.
a little bit about yourself and Empire Office Systems and what you guys do.
Okay. Well, Empire Office Systems is a company that's been in business for almost 5 years. I came on board about a year after it started. I originate out of Tennessee, but I've been in Florida for 20 years and in the IT industry for around 17 years. I cut my teeth with kind of the big three with Rico when they brought on a new IT managed services company. And I got into sales and development with Rico. So selling to some small, medium, and larger size companies, I learned a lot of what goes on with data center management and IT services that are associated with office equipment and how the office equipment itself is an on-ramp for data that goes into the analytics of the IT division. So in doing so, I was able to be successful coming in as an account executive, a down the street rep, and working my way up to a senior account executive, then a national account executive, a major account executive, then a junior global executive. So all the hats that I've worn for around 12 years with the larger enterprise size companies have given me the understanding and the education and knowledge to be able to put that into small and medium sized company analytics, and then be able to correctly outfit those companies with the right office equipment that they use on a regular basis that helps manage all of their information on paper. So I'm proud to be a part of Empire Office Systems. We have made real strong headways in the Tampa, St. Pete, and Clearwater culture, and we want to continue to do that for our customer base and all the different vertical markets in the economy that we support.
Awesome. And you guys are mainly doing copiers and printer management, is that right?
That's right. And so, you kind of have to look at it like a copier is not the copier of what it used to be 20 years ago, where you walk up, put a document on the copier, and it spins through and gives you 150, pages of what you want to put on people's desks, whether it be a classroom or a boardroom or a training room. A copier really today is a multifunction printer. It should really be called a multifunction computer that happens to print and copy.
Yeah.
So, that's just what it is today.
Yeah,
so
they're not like they used to be. They have entire operating systems in them that you can do all kinds of custom configurations, send stuff to the cloud. They do documents.
Well, they have a hard drive today.
Yeah, they store the data as well.
So, under the profile of Empire Office Systems, we sell Sharp equipment.
Okay.
And so, yeah, Sharp technology equipment, which will work with any kind of data equipment. So, as you know, Ron, it can work with a Dell computer or an old compact computer or a new Microsoft computer or even an Apple computer, because these machines that we sell and manage today, the computer part of it has a connector that will seamlessly align that machine with any kind of computer system or any kind of a server in a computer environment.
Absolutely. And I know with some copiers like Kyocera and stuff like that, there's actual software as well that needs to go on to the system to manage those files. But with Sharp, it's all managed internally. Is that right?
Well, when you buy a Sharp system, Sharp has integrated the engineering of the machine with all the components that are needed for any document that you sign or any document that you scan or any document that you print. It actually retains that in the hard drive itself, and you can, from the face screen of that MFP, the multifunction printer, you can send that information to any area within the company or business via the computer network. And because Sharp comes standard with all these available technology features, all we need is a license or a code to open up that feature, which will work with any specialized company or any specialized organization that has a computer system or a server system that requires a good machine to work with that system.
Yeah, I've seen some of these Sharps in action, and they do more than just copy. They scan, they collate, they can cut the paper, they can punch holes in the paper, they can staple the paper. I mean, it's almost
They
like
sure
having an
can, Ron.
office assistant, you know?
They sure can. You're exactly right. And there's actually 3 different stapler finishers that are associated with some of those machines. So it can Z-fold, it can tri-fold, it can cut and staple, it can punch a hole, and it can index and collate to your statement in a way that all you have to do is take it off the copier and actually put it into a 3-ring binder. It's done all the work for you.
Yeah, it saves you a lot of time, and we know time is money.
Time is money. It really makes a mailroom person's job much easier.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So you guys are located off Hillsborough, right?
We are. We're actually, the physical address is 4504 East Hillsborough Avenue. It's about a mile west of the Hard Rock Hotel.
Okay. And you guys service the whole Tri-County area?
We do. We like to stay within Hillsborough, St. Pete, and Pinellas County, along with Pasco County. Those 3 counties are the bread and butter that we enjoy servicing on a regular basis. And we're a member of multiple chambers in those counties as well.
Cool. I know there's been a big push to move everything to the cloud ever since COVID. And and people for years have been trying to get away from paper, which I'm sure has made things difficult, but I still see offices printing constantly. I still see them making copies constantly, especially attorneys who have that requirement to print out that paperwork and get it signed and go through that whole process. So there's definitely a big need in this area with as many attorneys as we have.
I'm glad you mentioned that. We're vertical markets are really important to isolate the kinds of companies that still utilize the paper pushing services. And the legal vertical market, whether it's an attorney's office or a title company or a mortgage office, mortgage broker office, those work in tandem. They work hand in hand these days. And generally, people do still want, when they're doing transactional services, to have a physical copy of any kind of contract or any kind of print information that's contained for their account, and their account in the relationship with the legal advisor or with the title company for the property that they have that they're managing. So, it's really important that people still have a file, and people still like to keep a physical piece of paper along with a USB hard drive. And what's great about these machines, you can push a USB into the machine, you can scan it to a thumb drive. You can put it on your key ring, you can take it with you. I have people, our current customers, that have that, really, either whether it's classified or secretive information or just personal information, they'll copy a package to a thumb drive. They'll then go and put that thumb drive in their safety deposit box. Yeah. And if something happens, clearly, if their house burns down, they have to go digging through the ashes to try to find the thumb drive that's got their mortgage information on it for the house that, they're going to have to give to the insurance advisors and so forth and so on. But people still, as I do, like to keep a hard copy of all the information associated with any kind of a business relationship.
Yeah. And it's hard to get away from that classic feeling. You go to buy a car, or you're getting married, or you're buying a new house. Like, you want to sign it. You want to put your John Hancock on there, and it makes you feel good doing it. And even though you got to do it 300 times, it's an experience.
When you can sign it physically, you're paying more attention to what you're signing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than sign it with a digital signature so you can get on the phone to whatever your next situation is.
No, absolutely.
Or take a call from your wife who wants you to pick up groceries.
What's the best way for folks to get a hold of you guys?
We've got a great website, www.empire, that's EMPIRE, Tampa, TAMPA.com, www.empiretampa.com.
Awesome.
It's a very intuitive website that shows a line of our Sharp equipment machines. Our telephone number is right there on the surface of 813-249-4949. You can get a hold of anyone in our office that way. I can be reached via my cell phone, which is 727-687-8087, 727-687-8087. And then my email address is eoschris1@gmail.com, which stands for Empire Office Systems. eoschris1@gmail.com.
Cool. And I've known you for a couple of years now, and I know it's pretty easy to get a hold of you. But of course, if anybody ever has difficulty getting a hold of you, they can just give me a shout, and
That'd be great. We'd really appreciate that.
You said you're from Tennessee?
Yeah, I grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, I was thinking New York City for some reason.
Look, man, it doesn't matter. You can take the boy out of the South, but you just can't take the South out of the boy. I don't, and I actually did. I was out on the West Coast doing an internship 20 plus years ago in college, and you could really tell I had a pretty thick accent. So I've tried to right size that a little bit so I can pronounce my vowels a little more crisp and clear.
No, you're doing great, man. It's always good to run into somebody from the South, especially being not too far from Tennessee myself in Ohio. So
right on. Yeah, that's a great state, actually.
Well, I sure appreciate you joining me today.
Man, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting us on.